Get ready for the dictation in 3, 2, 1, start. The US should not give up efforts to bring the Korean talks back on track by blowing up a joint liaison office on the border with South Korea and threatening to deploy troops along the demilitarized zone. North Korea is back to what it is best at: aggressive posturing with the threat of war. Troubles began in the peninsula early this year after a deadline the North dictated to the US to achieve progress in the denuclearization talks expired on December 31. North Korea has conducted missile tests this year, sending warning signals to Seoul and Washington. The latest crisis was triggered by anti North defector groups that sent out propaganda leaflets via balloons across the border. Angered by the South's refusal to crack down on them, Pyongyang has severed hotlines, demolished the liaison office, and is planning to deploy troops along the border. Tensions now risk rolling back whatever little was achieved through engagement over the past 2 years. South Korea's unification minister Kim Yong Chul resigned on Friday, and Seoul has also moved to charge the defector groups. But these moves are unlikely to ease tensions, as the real problem is the stall in the talks. 2 years after US President Trump and North Korean leader Kim Jong Un met in Singapore to discuss denuclearization, little has been achieved in that direction. It is likely that the North is now trying to get back Mr. Trump's attention. There were no high hopes of a quick solution to the US North Korean rivalry. It goes back to the 1950 to 53 Korean War, when Mr. Trump and Mr. Kim met. Still, his summit was an opportunity to open a new direction in relations. Mr. Kim had, in principle, agreed to denuclearization in return for the lifting of American sanctions. But talks stalled as the US insisted on complete, verifiable, and irreversible denuclearization by North Korea in return for any concession. The North Koreans were wary, particularly because of the US history of going after dictators such as Saddam Hussein of Iraq and Muammar Gaddafi of Libya, or its breaching of the Iran nuclear deal. Mr. Kim regime offered a staged approach. It put a freeze on nuclear tests and offered to shut its Yongbyon nuclear complex. The US and South Korea could have responded to these measures and kept the talks on track on less contentious issues, such as declaring a formal end to the Korean War. Both Koreas are still technically at war. An agreement could have been achieved as a confidence building measure, but that road was not taken. Worse, the US and South Korea went ahead with their joint military exercise. Mr. Trump is now grappling with many problems at home, from the coronavirus outbreak and a sagging economy to anti racism protests. Still, if he does not want his two summits with Mr. Kim to be mere footnotes of history, he should take measures to revive talks with North Korea and push the peninsula back to normalcy. Stop. Thank you.